You had a good week anyway?
Nah, just like pretty boring to be honest.
Fair enough.
Right, where are we on the stream? Indeed we are live. Right. So welcome everybody to XLR. Oh, and we're straight into an advert. That's
Brilliant.
just on my screen. I'm straight into an advert. Well, anyway, welcome to XLR. Today I'm as always Lee. I'm joined by Giannuzzi. Well, apparently Giannuzzi doesn't exist, and well.
I
We're here
do.
today. Delayed reaction. We are here today for tier 1, round 5, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Please don't tell me it's showing up as. Why is the title showing up as not what my title was? Levs.
Can you maybe, I don't know whether refreshing might work. I don't know. Just have a look now. It might work.
I don't
No,
know.
it's
I
still showing Saudi.
I literally changed the title. Even
Wonder,
so, it shouldn't.
let me have a look if I can see if I can do anything about it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it shouldn't do that because I
I
what's
have the
this?
power.
No, what's this? Nope. Shut it, son. Raid. I'm just trying to figure out.
Changed. Oh shit. Whoops. I don't. I'm changing it fully.
Wait,
Was it
I don't know
tier
what's
one?
happening. I literally changed the title. Jammy Cash.
There
Hello.
you go.
So, well, my goodness, what the hell? 12 years already? My goodness, I wasn't prepared to start talking this early on in the stream, as we are just
Why?
figuring out a few technical niggles that appeared. If you want to bet, where's Numi? Numi, get in here. We need you to start. We need you to start
The chat builders in.
getting us betting. Right then, so of course, in typical tradition, we are starting the stream late. It is honestly, it's not really, well, it's excusable this week because we are starting an hour earlier because of the Miami Grand Prix happening at 9 p.m. I am, so naturally, since we usually start 7:30, I have an excuse for being late today. It's because it was way too early. I wasn't even
It's a
awake
fair
yet, so,
excuse.
you know.
It's a fair excuse.
Yeah, we'll say it's a fair excuse for now. Right. Where else are we looking on the circuit? So we have had a few drivers actually get out on the circuit and set some times. Dan, Liam, and Pyro all on intermediates for shits and giggles. Everybody else. I mean, we had a few on the medium compound tyres. Where are we? There we are. A couple on the medium tyres. And then we've got everyone else on softs. We try again later boy, who seems to be trying a little bit too hard at the moment in XLR. He's doing pretty well this season so far here in Tier 1. I think
Very well.
he's won the last 2 rounds.
Two.
Maybe
Yeah, he's on for a hat trick.
I think he's doing the AlphaTauri team proud. Far better than what Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo can do in real life. Well, look at this. We've got the return of yeah, He's finally back in XLR. I can't remember the last time I saw him, and can I say I'm happy?
I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Is that the concern levels have certainly been raised. We'll be keeping an eye on this particular Polish man, red and white flag, red and white car. We don't see black, of course, as we are not
Hopefully no
racist. So.
invasions. Cough cough.
Um, so yeah, and naturally he's out on hard tyres. This is where I do not make a joke because he is not 18. Right, where else are we looking? So Zaki's Beast is a little.
He lost an end plate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had. I don't. How has he managed to lose an end plate? Because I don't know about you, but Bahrain has. Whenever I drive
Oh,
Bahrain,
what happened to Sweatback? Oh, he got
oh,
disconnected.
I think he's retired in the pit lane.
That wouldn't be right. What did he do? 30 point dead. How P8.
But he's in the pit lane,
What?
so
Even I just saw his thing go bro, like a massive bro. So I was just wondering what the heck is going on.
we don't know. We don't care. We don't get paid for this, so not my problem.
I let my wheel go for a split second and went
Ah,
haywire.
well,
After
I
that.
think it's better that he let it go haywire rather than absolutely obliterate his wrists. So,
Fair
yeah, we prefer our drivers with wrists rather than them snapped in three pieces. So, it's fair game, to be honest.
100%.
El Nino goes up to
Go on,
P3.
Antonio.
He's had some decent little quali pace so far this season, to be fair to him.
He's had a great season overall.
Hmm.
Not just quality, he's really like 19 points in the top 10. Carrying Haas.
Yeah, he's doing.
His abilities.
Oh me, he's doing himself proud. I'm sure with Om as a teammate, there's not going to be many more points scored. So, I think he's going to be having to carry them this weekend as well. Unitos has put in a time good enough for P4. Jammy, we are always happy to see you in the chat. Never a dull moment for one reason or another. Right, where are we now? Jammy Dodge, Mr. I mean, right now in the land down under, it is, whilst we get to summer, they are getting to their winter time, which is still probably warmer than our summer. But, nevertheless, I'm not sure if grass grows in Australia. It certainly is not touched by Jammy Cash, that is for sure. Jammy Dodge, sorry, not Jammy Cash. every stream you snap me. Every stream you snap me, and I open it after the stream. So it's irrelevant.
Priorities.
Yeah, XLR is my only priority at this point. Building could be burning around me, but I'll stay here and still make sure we catch Om in the wall at some point during the race. So yeah, Jammy Dodge. Let's hope. I think Jammy, he's not really. He's still had pace, but it's not really kind of like come together. If that makes sense, it's felt like his races.
Yeah, he can do those laps.
He's been fast, but it hasn't been like, it's almost like he's missing the glue. And I really hope for his sake, because he has been quick, that this afternoon he can find where the PVA is stored, and will be able to spread it over his hands and peel it off nicely. Oh, I need some PVA right now.
Well, those. Don't suppose you remember that F1 case? The drivers that win the first race of the season.
Yes.
To win the championship.
Yes, I remember that curse until Max broke it.
Liam won the first race of the season last season, didn't win the championship. Well, Jammy Dodge won the first race of the season. Doesn't look good for him.
Well, Om is Polish, so it doesn't matter what he thinks. He is simply kurwa. That's all we can say. Right, Dan at the moment coming through. Oh, not this again. Why does the F? Actually, no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. All right, I meant to. I was going to roast the track map being the wrong way around again, but then I actually looked at the track map and it is the right way around. Yeah, though, we will make mistakes at different points. Round turn 14 and 15 comes down now to the line for the Alfa Romeo driver up to P3. The Alfa's looking in a pretty nice position at the moment. Up there in P3 and P4. Of course, it is only Q1. We are only looking to eliminate the bottom 5 drivers. So Back Flame will be amongst them by the time some of our heavy hitters, Liam Wilder, Jack Imac, who just goes up to P5. Liam Wilder goes up to P4, splitting the Alfa Romeos. Shakos then, where's he going to finish? Of course he's going to finish in P1. 800ths clear of Jammy Dodge at the top. And, well, what can we say about that man? He's been driving pretty well this season as well. Well, let's see what On can do on his second lap. We will stop slating him for at least 2 minutes. That's probably all we can go without dropping a roast. But here we go then. DRS active for the Haas driver, and he does get himself outside of that bottom 5 region, which at the moment is occupied by Kramak. I think that's how you say it. Don't know. Don't care. Kramak. Again, we're not going to say that. Haas, War, and Zaki's Beast, all in that elimination zone at the moment with, well, 4 minutes to go in the session. And now, wow, it's looking pretty close for that Battlefield elimination zone, to be honest.
Tight, isn't it? Quite tight, isn't it?
My goodness. We'll have to wait and see, really, who is going to be coming out on top here, who's going to be going out, who's going to be taking an early shower. Just say Mac. Yeah, if that's what you prefer, we'll just call you Mac. You know, it's important to mispronounce drivers' names, because, you know, if you don't mispronounce it, how are you going to know what to say properly?
Yeah,
so
look at me, for instance.
I'm always mispronouncing someone's name.
My name. What have I heard before? Like Giannuzzi or something like that.
Oh, was that Imola race that time?
Oh, I can't quite remember.
It was an early round in EULR, not even XLR, many moons ago.
I always get excited, but when when people try to pronounce my gamer tag, I'm like, right, I wonder what they're going to come up with. Right, I want to see who impresses me. And then if it's just like a really awful pronunciation, I just laugh it off. It's so funny, but people find this Italian name so hard to pronounce. It's just brilliant. I love it. I love the game.
Well, unfortunately, I did not make my gamer tag with that name with that idea in mind. That was not what I was thinking. I should have thought of that, and I could have done something funny, but I guess no one really says my name very much, so it's quite easy. So we've had a few guys decide that they have had quite enough of Q1, and I think I'm up there with them. Jamie Dodge, Try Again Later Boy, Dan, and D10 all voluntarily retiring. Sweatback Flame falling victim to direct drive wheels. One of many. It's alright that even the best fall to their own equipment. 10 Newton meters, or however many Newton meters of torque in a Fanatec wheel is a rather deadly weapon. It's almost like if someone breaks into your house, would you rather hit them with a gun or a rotating Fanatec wheel? I know which one I'm picking. It will snap their wrists and they will be able to burgle no longer. Don't know how you'd you defended your home with your Fanatec wheel.
Trust the process.
So sir, we understand this man broke into your house. How did you kill him? Fanatec wheel. So you're
Fanatec McLaren DC3 edition. I forgot how strong. I can't even get my words out. How strong my base is actually.
And Unitos becomes the next driver to
do the job.
Exactly. Liam Broder and Unitos, the two Dutchmen, decide that they've had. They're going to be making it through into the next part of qualifying with only 50 seconds left on the board. War moves up to P13, pushes on into the elimination zone.
War.
With 45 seconds to go. It's going to be quite tight, but he should be able to make it round. So we've got. So I think Haas is waiting to start again. We've then had Zaki's Beast just beginning a flying lap as well. We also need to watch out. Mr. Business could be in a little danger here. War, possibly even Javi. Some pretty quick drivers could be in a little bit of danger. So we'll certainly keep our eye on it. So with 10 seconds, well, about 8 seconds to go, everyone is going to make it to the line, I think. Who's this? Haas is also going to make it to the line on his little lap. Perkins misses out, which I think she should be alright. Should be fine.
Looks safe enough.
Right, we're trying to scroll and figure out who is actually on the lap. El Nino coming to the line now in the Haas. He moves up into P8. Should be pretty safe for himself. Mac then coming to the line about 4 tenths up on his time. This should see him well into the top 10. Oh, it's actually a little closer. I think I miscalculated there, and he's only up into P15. This has pushed Mr. Business down into the elimination zone. In that zone as well. War could be at risk here, along with Mac. It's pretty much anyone's game here. Ward pulls into the pit lane, then knowing there is nothing more he can do in this qualification session to find himself out. And to the line then for Zaki's Beast, P18 only. He is eliminated in this qualifying session. Finds himself out. We've just seen Pyro move up to P7. We've then got the Ferrari of Xavi, who'll be looking to more than secure his spot. 6/10 up into P4. That's a good effort for him. He'll be safe in this session. Then, coming to the line. Can the Polish driver get himself out of Q1? No, he can't. He is eliminated. Mr. Business also eliminated. Last night's race winner out. Haas is currently 4/10 down and will finish last here in qualifying. Well, I think I didn't really expect Mr. Business to find himself eliminated in Q1.
He did have a late call-up, in all fairness.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's
well, you have your excuse for
that is true. He will have.
I'll give Mr. Business the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we'll give him benefit of the doubt. If I'm allowed an excuse, he's allowed an excuse as well. Well then, your eliminated drivers in the first part of qualifying are Mr. Business, Zaki's Beast, swept back flame due to carelessness, and Haas. Can we have YouTube streams?
In the future?
There's ways to do it through PC, but I'm on PlayStation, so I don't quite think it's possible, and I am not spending like 2k on a PC just to stream to you Muppets. Quite frankly, I love doing it, and I love you guys, but I'm not spending 2k for you. You can GoFund me £2,000 for a PC. Feel free. You know, I'll happily accept it and give you roses at an acceptance speech. But it's just it's not really in the cards. And in terms of actually streaming it to YouTube, I mean, there's got to be some sort of way to do it through PlayStation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But why?
Anyway.
Well, unfortunately, I have other priorities. Even if it doesn't cost that much, like I have priorities outside of gaming, really, to be honest. So, well, you know,
gym.
Yeah, I've got to spend money on equipment.
Work. Well, actually, you donated the semester?
No, my last exam is the 28th of May. Yeah. So I literally have so much work to do.
Oh, so literally this month, so happy days.
Yeah, well, happy days if I didn't have quite as much work to do. No, it's just, you know, it's the end of semester, engineering and end of semester. I just got plenty to do, really. I think I'm going to be pretty busy the next few days. But also, I think it's that fact that I've considered a PC before. You know, because it just like across the board, it genuinely is better to have a PC, not only for kind of like commentating and streaming purposes, but like the amount of games you can have, mods, you know, it is, and like the quality of the gaming experience is obviously better, but like I just don't play enough to justify, you know, wanting to spend money. It's not like, you know, I don't have money, etc. It's like, what is the point if I barely even use it? You know, why am
when I buy a house, I don't know, I could get a PC because I don't watch TV, so it would save me money, but at the same time it's just like I need the room for a first time buyer's house. If I'm going to get a rig, I mean, to be fair, I've got a rig already, but I'll need another room potentially for it. So it does take up space. Like, yeah, it's a PC, but you need the storage. You need like to find a good area to do it. It is hard. You got to think outside the box sometimes. And that's
Yeah.
the way I see it.
I mean, if like gaming's your main hobby and you know you're really into it and it's something you do every day or like more than like once a week and you know you're really into it, you're competitive and you know that's your main thing, then it's a fair investment. But with my money, I want to make sure I'm investing it in things that I actually will use a lot and I'll get a lot of use out of it. So it just makes more sense to have a console that I don't have to take as much care of, and I can just like
Of course.
I hop on I play games probably once a week, commentate once a week. That's about it really. And even outside of semesters and stuff, I'll probably play even less. So it's like there's just no point.
It is. Like,
but Numi can stream on YouTube. Bug Numi to start streaming on YouTube. Tell Numi it's your responsibility to get a YouTube stream.
I don't even game that much anymore because my pattern is always like I get up at 6 o'clock, I go to the gym at 6:30 for about an hour, then go and prioritise, go and get my breakfast, go to work, eat, work, then dinner, shower, read, do my spiritual things, game, and then like literally for an hour in bed. So it's not even like I do that much anyway.
Yeah.
With gaming.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've just seen 1, 2, 3 drivers cross the line. D10 tops them all. Pyro finishes up in P2. We've then got the Alpine of War finishing up there in P4. Perkins actually displaces War. El Nino then moves to the top of the standings with a 29.0. That's a lap and a half. Liam Bwalder also on a 29.0. That's a decent effort from him. We've then got Xavi coming to the line, goes up into P6 with a 30.0. Looks like, is that one of the Hasses? Oh, no, both Hasses are right.
No, there's only one Hass.
It's AlphaTauri. There goes Mac up into P3 then. So a solid effort from him. We then see Dan move himself up into that third position now. We've then got Shakos on his out lap, just starting to begin one. Please, if you please buy me a pizza, because then I'll have to cook later.
Same.
Yeah, order me in. I mean, GCSE maths is like no reaction, so I will happily do a paper. Actually no, because I got other things to do.
I do it, just shred it, easy.
Sorry, I'll do yours for you, JDC.
Thanks, I do appreciate it.
Well, that depends. Do you do higher or foundation? This is the big question.
Om's Polish. He doesn't. What?
Yeah, but he's in the UK.
What? He lives in the UK. What?
I think he does.
Is he born and bred in Poland?
Yeah, Polish people move to the UK.
I mean, to be fair, my dentist is Polish. I don't even lie it. It's just go to my dentist like, hello, how you doing?
That was the delivery. The delivery was just so good. A foundation. Well, if you're not getting 100% in a foundation paper, you should just like retire. There we go. Shakos 28.5.
Nice,
That's the man we'd be looking for. Well, I don't know. When I was doing my GIS essay, I mean, I was like when I looked at. Yeah, that's literally the summary. The joke was just not funny, and the delivery just made it so good.
Proper dad joke.
Like it just. Oh, but that's what we're here for. We're here for the dad jokes. There goes Try Again Later Boy, of course, going a little bit faster than than Shakos. Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, what you do? So you do foundation? Do you just do both? Do you just sit both foundation and higher at the same time? You just like that goated. Just do both papers at once. To be fair, I feel like the GCSE system of higher foundation is a bit weird. But I don't know what it was like when you were doing
Like,
GCSEs.
I don't like maths because it's not. I don't understand how to put it, but I feel like the way maths should be done is to do with basic lifestyle. So in your life, when you need to pay for your bills, your mortgages,
Mm.
any subscriptions, etc. That's how I feel the system should work. Because like, if you want to do the system like it is now, that could be A levels or if not higher. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Really, I just don't agree with it.
Well, I really get where you're coming from, and I think and I think that's a really good point, and yeah, it's very valid to be doing that sort of thing. Having those math skills, actually maths teaching you that is really good. But
Was waiting for that.
this is the point, right? GCSEs are meant to prepare you for your A levels for uni for your careers. If you're going into a career with maths in it, you are most of the time you are not doing money calculations. It's algebra, and that's what the main focus of maths you find in your GCSEs
Algebra
is.
sucked.
Well, it might suck, but it's
Oh,
it's the way that maths is done in the real world, so it kind of has to be that way, if that makes sense. Like in industry, and it is just algebra. It especially in engineering, it's mainly focused around algebra and stuff, which is just
what
that's
is
just
Jack IMAC doing?
he's got no ERS. I don't really know.
He's not deploying any ERS. I don't understand what he's doing.
I just forgot.
Oh, now he's just realised.
Well, I think algebra is that's the kind of thing. It's like, yeah, of course. I mean, it's like a logic thing as well with maths. Oh, and Jack is gravel surfing. I mean, yeah, maths is like a real logic thing as well. Hold on, I'm just gonna give it 2 seconds.
Moral of the story: maths suck, and whoever put letters in maths
Oh, letters in maths is the
an
greatest
evil
invention of
human
all
being.
time. I actually do find that calculus. It, I'm not really sure when you're using calculus in just like doing your shopping, you just think, oh shit, I gotta bust out some quick integration by parts. I've never really found myself actually having to do that or actually use algebra in. Oh, this. Okay, I'm gonna talk to a spot on mine in a second, but like I never really found that. But like when it comes to actual applications, I find myself using algebra a lot. Right, numbers not even existing. So if you think about it, right, maths is like, how can you even know if the maths is true? You just kind of like trust that it works, because the thing that we use to kind of estimate how our things work in maths and numbers is a made up thing. A centimeter is a man-made thing. You get what I'm trying to say? It's a human thing that we've made. A centimeter,
I know where
it's
you're coming from. Yeah,
it's not like a natural. Things haven't just appeared in centimeters. Like, that's a human thing. In a different life, we could have measured that as 3 elephants. It's so weird how, if you think about it properly, like maths and numbers are all just made up, and they could be anything. Like, the alphabet could have been numbers, and numbers could have been letters. It could have been like that way around. And you think about it, and it's like, whoa.
yeah.
It's like, it's crazy to think about it like that. But honestly, it's insane. Jamie Dodge then goes to the top, getting a cheeky, or he did get a bit of a slipstream, and now he's slipstreaming his teammate down into turn 1. That's great teamwork from the Mercedes.
As always.
Yeah, it is, and honestly, thinking about what is theoretically possible if a human is ever able to travel at the speed of light, is just like the possibilities become endless. And if we could ever get even a camera to travel at the speed of light, and we could get it to travel far enough, we could basically see in the past. And that's a really freaky thing to think about. That it is possible, and you could...
Anything is possible. Anything's possible in life.
And you could take a picture of yourself taking a picture of yourself.
Do you know what I would do?
That's trippy.
If I was ever to happen. It sounds so stupid. But if I could remember the lottery ticket on my 16th birthday that I had, it was about 100 million to be won on my 16th birthday. And I could get the results. Go into the speed of light, go back to 16 years old, remember the numbers, pick those numbers, and then I'm like a millionaire. Oh, and do the top stars.
And there goes Power to P5. I mean, yeah, it's very much impossible because light travels at a certain speed because it has no mass. So it's kind of like, you think it's easier to throw something that's lighter than heavier. So it would take a monumental effort, and I don't think it's, and as I say, I just don't think it's possible. It's it is impossible to have for us to have things with no mass. I mean, light doesn't have no mass, but it's negligible mass because it is photons.
I go by Master Uguay. Nothing is impossible to me, and I always believe that. Master Uguay, there's always for wise people, because if you put your mind to it, anything is possible. Whatever the weather, it doesn't matter what it is really. You got a goal, you got a target. It's not impossible. It might be hard, but it's not impossible. But
that's
everyone's different. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different sets of targets. I myself, I've got targets I'm trying to achieve. I'm sure you have as well.
Nothing is possible when you're swept-back play.
Oh, swept-back, no.
Well, I mean, it's possible to... Oh, and we have reached the end of the session, and Mac is eliminated, our first driver eliminated. So then we've got Unitos, Xavi, Jack iMac, and War all in that elimination zone at the moment. I don't think War's done enough.
Unitos is out.
War is out as well. He's not done enough. Yeah, Unitos out as well. 2.6 seconds down on his time. That's less than ideal.
Jack iMac's in the bottom zone as well.
Yeah, but he's
Xavi, what a lap.
he's 9/10. Yeah, Xavi manages to get himself out. That means Perkins is eliminated. Liam Walder could be at a little bit of risk. Fuzzle's not on a lap. Fuzzle could be at risk here. But Jack iMac is playing a very, very dangerous game.
Liam goes people anyway.
He finds himself out. So Fuzzle's at big risk. Yeah, Jack iMac's 1.5 seconds up on his time, but he's still got a couple of corners to go, and an invalidation, a spin, anything could absolutely wreck his time as Shakos puts in a time good enough to beat Try Again Later Boys. As round the final corner comes Jack iMac. We think he's done enough. We'll find out.
Should be enough.
It should be enough. Of course it's enough. It's Jack iMac. So that leaves Fuzzle, Perkins, Mac, Unitos, and War eliminated in the second part of qualifying, leading into Q3. But yeah, as Star was saying, the energy, it just becomes, we start reaching infinity, and since infinity is impossible to reach, it kind of makes the speed of light impossible to reach for a human being as well. So we can just enjoy the present and not enjoy it enough so we don't have to look into the past.
I'm trying to enjoy the present.
Well, it's hard when
Trying.
when some of our favourite drivers get eliminated in Q1. Looking at Mr. Business, Jack climbed the beanstalk. That's a terrible joke. Ban him from the street.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I thought that special bet request out. Good job, no one betted on that. Like, I was hoping for a puzzle top 5. He didn't get it.
It's eliminated Q1 by 300s. Our Q1, Q2, it's all the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Right, let's get some water because it has been a relatively warm day, which is strange for the Midlands. It's been a little bit warm. Had some rare sighting of sun. Oh yeah, but it's clouded over again now.
It's clouded over. It's rained in typical fashion in Wales.
If it's not raining, then it's...
I woke up this morning. I thought I'm going to get a walk in before it rains, and I was quite lucky, to be fair. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
Well, right now it's East Midlands, and 10 degrees is warm in the UK. Actually, it was like when I went out earlier, it was like 17 degrees, and it was like shorts. I put on shorts for the first time this year, and I was like, yeah, this is nice.
I am looking forward to my holiday next month, going to Barcelona.
Ooh, that'd be very warm. Much warmer than here, and certainly much warmer than Poland. Actually, to be fair, Poland probably gets warmer than the UK in the summer. But in the winter, you do not want to be Polish. They get pretty cold there. Perkins disconnected at some point in the session. I didn't even realise that. Alright, I've got these chocolate donuts, which I still need to eat.
Anyway. Oh, nice. Well, I had a big bag of Cadbury of the caramel chocolate bars. It's a big pack. So I doubt I'm going to be eating any more chocolate for the rest of the day.
It's bank holiday tomorrow. Enjoy it.
Break.
I'm probably going to eat these donuts whilst they go on their warm-up laps.
Got my priorities straight. Oh, well, why don't we talk about silly season? The volumes that have come out. Mr. Business Tech Support have got their seats guaranteed for next season. D10 potentially looking at top team in future next season. Some of the tier 2 drivers could be promoted to tier 1. Not gonna lie. Some have done really, really well. But yeah, we'll go on board with D10. I hope he's on the stream. Yeah, he is.
Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just letting you talk.
No, go for it. You crack on with your donut, boy. That sounded really bad then, actually. No, you just enjoy your chocolate donut. Shoot. Oh, and these are bad shame.
Oh dear, D10. Right, try again later, boy.
Okay.
Personally, my favourite for pole position. I think
Nothing like it, isn't it?
he is definitely a firm favourite. I think he has just been performing at the top of his game recently, leading the championship. Is he leading the championship? I think he is, right?
Yes, by a few points.
With the rather suggestive number in
We will not comment on that.
well, if it was an 18+ stream, we may have commented, but we have certain individuals underage.
Role models.
We are pillars of excellence in the community. That is why we make absolutely no terrible offensive jokes whatsoever throughout the stream. It's all completely 100% clean. Definitely no controversial moments at all. It's a good job that there are only like 9 people watching. To the line then, try again later, boy. 20. That looks like the exact same time he did in Q2, no?
That was roughly the same time. Yeah, that was roughly the same time he did.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked pretty similar. Xavi pulls into the pit lane then. Backing out of his attempt, we've got Pyro on an out lap. Jammy Dodge is also on a flying lap. Will he finally be able to get a pole? Has he got? Must have had a pole this season.
I think I'll have a look back.
He has got the reverse number of Try Again Later Boy. That's if you know anything about 69, that's not the way to have it.
Yeah, he got pole position last weekend. He got pole position last weekend in Abu Dhabi.
And he's 3/10 back on Try Again Later Boy on this particular effort. Yeah. So a little bit of work to do for the man in P2 at the moment. Not very many setting laps at the moment. I think we've just got a few coming out there laps. That's Pyro finishing, about to begin his flying lap. Then we've got Leon Boulder coming up next, who sets a purple sector 2, coming around the final couple of corners now. There's turn 14, which is that 90 degree, and then there's a little kink known as 15. To the line then, Leon Boulder goes up to P2 himself, just over a tenth just over a tenth and a quarter behind. Try again later, boy. We've then got Dan to the line next in the Alfa Romeo, moves himself up to P4, just about a tenth back from Jammy Dodge. We've then got the Alfa, that's Try Again Later Boy, still there. D10 is reset himself and is going again, 42.4. Not quite the greatest time we've seen so far in qualifying. I think we've seen better. But I think then we got Shakos. It's actually Jack Imac just in front of Shakos. Jack shown spurts of pace so far this season. He's actually shown himself to be quite a quick driver. Nicely on the pad. I think controller becomes slightly better for 2024's game. So we'll see how that works out for him. Jack Imac to the line, P5 only, not a great lap to be honest. As Shakos goes 3/10 clear to original pole position. That's a lap and a half from him. Pyro to the line now, P7 for him with a 29.2. Yeah, Jack Imac, 28.7 is certainly not his best effort ever.
No, not at the proudest moment, I would say.
No, bit of work to do then for the Red Bull driver. We've got D10 on his lap at the moment. He's just in that second sector. Of course, running his fuel to the absolute minimum he possibly can. His tyres will be a little bit more cooked than the rest of the field.
He's going to get a nice toe for Dan.
He is going to get a really nice toe. Let's hope Dan gets out of the way. Questionable. Oh, he's going to give him a toe down the main straight as well. Here we go then, D10, P7 on pretty worn tyres. Just 3 thousandths away from Jack Imac's sign. That's pretty close. Jack actually remembering to use his ERS this time around.
Yes.
So we've got Xavi and El Nino, who have been yet to set lap times in the session. And well, we've got a couple of minutes then before we get going once more to see which of these 10 drivers remaining will be able to take the pole position once the checkered flag falls in, how long is that, 4 minutes time I think now. Not too long
roughly
to go. Indeed, and we'll have to wait and see who actually comes out first onto the circuit. To be honest, I think it'll probably be Xavi and El Nino that will come out quite early. Got to get their laps in quickly. You love ads. Well, we gotta earn a living somehow. We got to afford these donuts somehow, one way or another. So, is that a Prime sub? Thank you very much, Star Miner, for the Prime sub. Does that wait? If you sub with Prime, does that mean you avoid
Oh, it's
ads?
not mine there.
I don't know. I don't really use Twitch. Oh, he does. He wants to hear us waffle more. That's lovely to hear.
Great to hear. Great to see.
Wait, let me check what this means. What does this mean?
We need answers.
This is why I'm going straight to Numi. Because he'll know. I don't know, back in the day when he's financed the PC. $2, yes! That's gonna buy a quality
Lovely.
PC. Well, I might be able to buy a
Amazing.
few screws for the case. Yeah.
Jabby Dodge going a bit early.
Yeah. He does.
2.5 minutes to go.
I tell you what, I have noticed Jammy Dodge is he does go out quite early, doesn't he? We've seen it. I think every single Q3 session for his second lap, he's been out pretty early on to make sure he. And there we go. There's Xavi and El Nino, the two we said would be out. We're out second and third, rather than first and second. So, and there's Liam Boada making his way out onto the track so well. Fuzzle subscribing with the Prime as well. Thank you very much, good sir.
Hey, let's go Fuzzle.
We get 4 screws for the case now. They're racking up.
Yeah. This is what he does. Oh, there's a hype train. Sub gifts to get to the next level, 62%. I don't know what the heck this means.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's Dewey? Dewey, get in the chat right now and help us. What is a hype? I don't know what a hype train is.
I don't know. I think everyone's just subscribing, so it's just like a hype train.
Yeah, hype train. So, Javi Dodge.
Lockup from Javi. Massive lockup.
I wasn't paying attention. I was.
Oh, Jesus! Scared the shoot out of me. Lagging.
Well, I mean, he is a few thousand miles away, so.
He's down under, I know.
Well, he is racing upside down right now, so. I feel like I do find it amazing how he's managed to glue his setup to the ceiling. I admire him every day for that.
I credit that.
So hype train makes people more likely to sub or use bits. What are bits? Like, what is that?
We feel like cavemen, don't we?
Yeah, I don't really watch Twitch. I don't know. Bits is money. Our donations. Alright. Some people are gonna get caught. Right, okay, let's stop trying to focus on this. Let's actually focus on the quality. It does look like he's going really deep because of the lag. But Jammy has only put in enough fuel for one run. He has only put in enough fuel for one run. Traffic is going to be a massive issue. Look at how close some of the guys are out there on the circuit.
Yeah, very tight. Very tight.
I don't see anyone. I mean, people might improve, but I'm not sure by how much. Jammy Dodge goes to provisional pole position. Half a second clear of his last best lap time. 300ths up on Shakos at the moment. Shakos is in clear air though, so we will have to watch out for him and his efforts so far in this qualification session. We've got El Nino and Xavi coming up next then to cross the line and see. But just look at this in particular. Look at how close Dan is, and I think it's more D10. Look how close he is to Liam Wilder.
They are close. They are close.
They're like racing. It's not even funny how close they are. I mean, it did not. Yeah, indeed, I will say it did not look like a perfect lap, but that could also be a contribution of his lag, which has sort of made us look that way. El Nino, P8 is the best he's going to manage in this qualifying session with a 28.7. Xavi coming up to the line next, goes up to P5 with a 28.5. That is a very good effort from him. Pyro, at the moment, looks to be about 4/10 up on his time. This will probably still keep him down there in P10 unless he's found a little bit of time through the final sector. He does. He goes up to a 28.6. We've then got Shakos. to provisional pole by about 100th of a second. We've got Liam Wilder moving up into P4. We've then got Try Again Later Boy, who will be the last ditch effort to see if he can beat Shakos to provisional pole. He doesn't. No. Shakos on pole. I think it's P3 for Try Again Later Boy. And P2 for Jammy Dodge. Jack Almack finishing out in P4 then. And well, that was an exhilarating end to qualifying by 9 thousandths of a second. Shakos beats out Jammy Dodge's lap time with then Try Again Later Boy about a 10th back, and it's just a little further still. Jack Imac, then it was Liam Wilder, Dan, Javi, D10 Pyra and El Nino wrapping out the top 10 then. I do feel that D10's lap would have been a little bit compromised by being just so close to Liam Wilder, but wow, I mean, the amount of how close everyone is, 7 tenths. It's going to be
isn't it?
It's going to be an intense race. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
all we need is Lele in here, and we would have been spiced up quite nicely.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, going a little bit off subject. I don't know if you've ever had M&S garlic bread before, but it is amazing.
To be honest, all M&S food is actually really nice.
We got pasta the first time there, or I tried the pasta. I went over my grandparents because, well, my grandfather's Italian, so we had pasta, and oh my god, that was the best pasta I've ever had. Like, it was so light. Like, I'm downstairs making a cup of tea right now because I just do not care. I made it, we had pasta. It was just amazing. It was so light. It was just easy to eat. Usually with hard pasta, it just makes me feel full for some reason, and I don't know why.
I find that M&S cookies are the best cookies. Like, oh my goodness, they're so good.
I might have some more garlic bread actually. I need to get the calories in me. We got a few minutes. What time is it now? We got 2 minutes. I can get one in.
Yeah.
While we're on our lunch break.
I mean, I'm eating chocolate donuts right now. It's milk
I'm
chocolate.
home alone. I got no one with me, so I'm a happy man-ish. Yeah, I am a happy man.
I don't know how many calories each donut has. I'll figure out. We gotta rip this. Oh, we got predictions coming in. Bet your money, ladies and gentlemen. Gambling is open. Yeah.
Oh, this garlic bread is so nice.
I'm gonna put my money on Try Again Later Boy.
I'll go with Shaq.
I've gone 540 points. Try Again Later Boy. All my eggs in one basket. I just put in 500, so I better win. I think I put like 5,000 on tech support last time I had money to bet. Oh wait, we're going? We're going? What? No, we're not finished eating yet.
I haven't made my cup of tea yet. I need to let it brew. I've just finished up digesting my garlic bread.
I've still got 2 donuts to eat. No.
Right, do I take any more? No, I gotta be good.
It's ruined my evening now. I can't even eat my donuts.
I want more garlic bread.
Well, how far is the nearest M&S to you?
20 minutes.
Oh, that's fair. I don't know if there even is one here. I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, this fancy. Would you say West Midlands? Midlands.
East Midlands. There'll be some. There'll be
East
one
Midlands.
somewhere. But like, there's probably one in town. But, okay.
County. Right, I'm back upstairs.
Right. Okay. So let's run through the tyres we've got on everyone's car now. And Janucci, if you'd kindly take us through what tyres.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah. No sweat. No sweat. They're only halfway round.
Got.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. That was an early start. Why are we starting early for? Absolutely shambolic.
Dan, let me restart. Take 2. Shakov's all the way down to Limberwolder. Going to start on hard tyres. Time to go long. Dan opting for the mediums, trying to get a good start off the line. Then we got Xavi down to Tyro on the hards. Al Nero and Fuzzle opting for the medium tyres. Dickens down to War in P15 will be on the hards. Mr. Business going to go medium. On Backspeed hard. Scott McLean on mediums, and Hearts will start last on the hard tyre. So no one's soft, no surprises. Hi Taki.
I want to make a comment. Mr. Business isn't in the lobby right now. No, there's Unitos actually.
Did you not get it?
I don't know. They might be here, but both alphas not here at the moment.
Let me just invite him to game. I'll see if I can get Unitos. I am sure I have Unitos.
Right, if we have a safety car, I'm eating my last donut then.
I'll be getting the garlic bread.
Right, I'll make sure I can.
So Pyro Perkins been disqualified.
Right, so we've got 2,
Here
3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Looks like Shackles has got himself a pretty good start. Jamie Dodge, I'm not too sure how good his getaway was. It doesn't look all that good. There goes Try Again Later Boy all the way up the inside. Jack Imac also in the background. I think, is that Jamie Dodge disconnecting? He looks a bit ghosted there in the background. Looks like that's Liam Wilder who's spun round on the inside of the exit of turn 3. Try Again Later Boy has got clear. Jack Imac and Jamie Dodge are battling the way into turn 4. All the way on the outside is the Mercedes driver. Looks like Dan also trying to find his way on the inside as they make their way into the chicane. It's single file. Jamie Dodge losing a lot of places off the start. Make a few connection issues. We've got who's round? Max round in the back. I think we've got a few guys disconnected. Unitos and Mr. Business involved in a disconnection problem. The Hat, Williams and Liam Boyd around El Nino and Mac also involved in incidents around the circuit which has cost them quite heavily. Fuzzle and D10 squabbling on this way down this back straight on the way into turn 11. No moves being made on slightly further at the front as they make their way through the second sector for the first time on this 29 lap race. And it's looking like Shakos has got himself a nice little gap out there in the lead and will try and break DRS me early on in the session if he is to take a victory. But Try Again Later Boy will be hot on his heels. Who's me using more ERS is the AlphaTauri driver. Trying to get to the inside and trying to find ways to overtake the Ferrari in front of him. Wow, look how close Try Again Later Boy has gone to Shakos in front. There is of course an ERS difference between the pair of them, but he is closing rather rapidly. Look at that, almost thinking about a move to the inside already. Try Again Later Boy was so late on the brakes there. And that's also actually almost allowed Jack Imac to think about a move into 5 and 6. That was really unexpected. I think Try Again Later Boy was.
I think he just more of a misjudgment there, Solid. I don't think he was actually going to go for a move. I think he just misjudged the braking zone, and that forced him to lock his brakes slightly. And I mean, luckily for I'd say the 3 drivers, Try Again, Shaq and Jack, they managed to keep facing the right way.
Yeah, no, rather fortunate. None of them are pirouetted around. I think that's... oh! Big slide on the rear for Try Again Later Boy. That was that was a little drift through turn 11.
Yeah,
that was...
this is going to... You know, Jack's going to be loving this. Seemed a little bit of struggle. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, indeed. We've got a few position changes in the background. So we're back flaming switching around the Red Bull ahead of the Haas now. But it wasn't that way when they were a little earlier on in the lap, as the fastest lap strings down the order. D10 taking that place, that position on the fastest lap. So that back flames on himself a little bit of a charge here. He's ahead of War now, coming in to turn 1. He's got Zaki's Beast in front of him, but that is a 1.1 second gap. DRS will be enabled shortly, and we'll start to see. I say shortly, it's already active. P12 a lap down. That's not true. I think that might have been a little earlier on in the session. It sort of might display the gap as like a minute. Yeah, it does that. It does that a lot. That's just a glitch of the game. So Unitos has finally reconnected in the session. Mr. Business is still...
I'm trying to get him back.
Disconnected, as well, everyone else will be getting past him. El Nino going a little bit wide in his squabble with Haas for P18. And he just about manages to get back on the track ahead of the Williams, who himself is going to be able to drive into the corner and make that work for P18. El Nino is going to try fight this one back though, all the way on the inside through turn 12, and he does get the position back from Haas, who falls back into P19. Om and War going wheel to wheel, coming down this little back straight here that leads into turn 14. The inside line is for War, the Alpine. Om tries to stick it round, and he's front round. He's almost pirouetted for Om. Shakos is lost a position. Try Again Later Boy has managed to take the lead of the race with DRS assistance. Completely forgot DRS was enabled, so we missed that one. That is apologies for that. But Try Again Later Boy now leads the Bahrain Grand Prix round 5 here in XLR's Tier 1, and the title has been changed now. That's not a great start for Om, who actually was looking like he was doing pretty well up until that point.
Shabby.
No, he
wasn't doing too shabby.
To be fair, despite all the flack we have shot his way so far on the stream, he has actually been doing quite well, especially for coming back. He hasn't raced in ages, so rather
Not
impressive
for a long
stuff.
time, yeah.
He's been practicing the whole time. So the Try Again Later Boy now has a rather large, well, I say rather large, he's got a few cars behind him. He's got Shakos, Jack Imac and Dan, right, but Dan, who, in all fairness, wasn't up there with these guys in quali pace, on the medium compounder tyres, is looking really, really fast. I think that pace differential between the two of them, between the two tyre compounds, is really prevalent at the moment. And obviously Mr. Business is disconnected, so there's no comment there on his pace, but every other medium tyre runner is doing pretty well, besides from perhaps the Haas of El Nino. Right then, coming down this pit straight once more, looks like Try Again Later Boy is going to possibly hold off. I mean, Shackles isn't even activating his DRS, he wants to be behind here, and there goes Fuzzle on Jammy Dodge, making a move into the first corner. We've then got D10 and Pyro all getting pretty close to having a little bit of a kerfuffle, as the Ferrari of Xavi now involved in that one as well, thinking about trying to get past Jammy Dodge. They all have to go single file into turn 4, and it's kind of try and get your space and get involved in that space as well. Try not to run into the back of any of the cars and manage your tyres and your ERS and your fuel all at the same time, whilst probably nattering to someone as well, or in certain drivers' cases screaming at those around them. Not naming names, but we know. You know who you are.
There's a massive DRS train there.
It's going to start forming, especially with Fuzzle on mediums. I won't be too surprised if he kind of drags along these last points scoring drivers into the train as well. Perkins kind of just hanging onto the train with the hard compound tyres. So I think we saw this last weekend, right, with drivers not wanting to lead and as such not using their DRS. I think we're going to watch for Shakos here and watch what he does. So as he comes down the straight, DRS is activated, of course, to close in to try again later, boy. But watch when he closes. Watch when he closes. He closes, I think, actually as he hits the braking point.
I think, yeah, it was just wrong timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think last lap must have been a bit of a fluke. So when we see with these drivers, they're just trying to stay behind, and as Mac disconnects as well. And the thing is with leading a race, when it's going to be this competitive, leading is going to cost you a lot more in terms of your tyre wear, your fuel usage, your ERS usage, because you're braking ahead, and you're essentially like a bit like a snowplow for the rest of the field in creating cuts in the air, and it affects you more. You see it a lot in cycling, where actually quite often the winners of races like the Tour de France, etc., they're never at the front first. You know, they're never leading the entire way. You see it in marathon running as well. When Elliot Kipchoge broke the 2-hour marathon, he was never in front until the last stretch.
Went wide. Sorry to interrupt you. Because I went wide. Door was open for Marjani Dodge, and yeah, just taken P5.
Indeed he does not now. Look at this coming into the corner. The Ferrari of Xavi thinking about trying to make a move somewhere. A little bit of contact in the background with D10 as they make their way through turn the 14 and 15 kind of corner, not corner, as now Jamie Dodge is going to be under huge pressure coming down into turn one. The DRS of all the drivers behind him to the inside goes one. Xavi is going to remain behind for now as they're wheel to wheel. Xavi though tries to slam his way to the inside. Perhaps a little bit of contact, I'm not too sure. It's quite laggy with Jamie Dodge's car. But now back on the inside through turn 3 is Xavi. It looks like it could almost be 3 wide coming into turn 4. But Jamie Dodge is going to back out, and Xavi's going to go down the inside of Fuzzle as well. Fuzzle's going to try and hang it. Look at D10 thinking about a sneak up the inside into 5 and 6. There's still going to be a wheel to wheel on the McLaren and the Ferrari, but Xavi just edges clear in the back. D10 also trying to think about me. Well, Jamie Dodge goes down the inside into turn 7. He looks like he might have that move done, but Jamie Dodge, has he got the better exit? No, he's not, but he's now under pressure from his teammate as well. Pyro through 9 and 10. He's thinking about it, edging closer, but he's unable to get that move done so far into the turn 10 complex, but is still just right behind his teammate, really desperate to try and take this Pierre off of him with DRS into turn 11. He's going to go down the inside, but he has to back out of that one because he's just a little bit too far back, but he's going to continue to fight this through turn 12 and 13 all the way round the outside for Pyro, who takes the place away from Jamie Dodge. And the Mercedes switch round as everyone just, wow, completely switched positions there, all made by that little mistake Fuzzle made. And ironically, it cost Jamie Dodge the most, who is now back down into P9, not having a great race. But into the turn 1, we see another change for the lead. Shakos got close enough this time around to make a move with DRS advantage, and that means he is into that lead.
Here we go again with Fuzzle and Xavi.
Indeed we are. They're going to be squabbling once more coming down this second straight on the exit of turn 3. Look at D10 and Xavi in the back, really fighting each other hard, trying to find the space. D10 does manage to somehow sneak up the inside of Xavi whilst also avoiding Fuzzle in front. That was a masterful bit of braking and driving by D10 there, really showing his impressive skills that he has been really displaying well so far this season. And well, as Mac does rejoin. Does Mr. Business ever find himself rejoining in the session, or is he just...
I don't think so.
He's just given up.
Oh, is he having dinner maybe? He usually has dinner very late, doesn't he?
Oh wait. Wait, 7:45 is late.
I'm not even joking.
Wait, if that's late, I'm finished. yesterday I had dinner at 1 AM.
Oh, solid.
So that's not great. Today I'll eat after the F1. Right then, so back again with this little battle for P5 to P9. It's really hotting up, and
this is a great battle.
getting rather intense between the drivers. We've got a yellow in sector 3. I think that's Zak's Beast. Give us a check on that. That is very much him. As there goes D10 round the outside into turn 1, leading this this gaggle of cars now. D10 is in the lead of this pair, as we have said multiple times already. And now we focus a little bit further back. Look at I think that's Pyro pulling to the inside of Xavi. He's going to send one to the inside of the Ferrari. They're going to go wheel to wheel really close to each other. I think it looks like Pyro's got the better exit on after turn 4. And the Mercedes driver finds himself into P7, Xavi down in P8. So what happened there? I saw Zak's Beast was round.
Sorry, I couldn't update you with that because
give us the update now.
Couldn't report anything. Sorry, I was trying to get my toes stretching them out. As far as I'm on there, Liam Broders recovered himself up P12. Had an easy move on Unitos really. Alnino's trying to come back again. He had an error. A few laps of the race. But yeah, that's really it, to report from the bottom midfield. Back to you.
Yeah, well, Mr. Business has not rejoined, so...
Shock.
Does he have damage? Visibly, I'm not sure. We're going to have this other little squabble again, so we will check in a momentary time. But here comes Fuzzle, fighting back against D10 once more. Fuzzle does retake the place that was brutally snatched from him last lap. These hards will start to surely get better than the mediums in a couple of laps' time. I think we're already starting to see that now. D10 reactivates that DRS, coming down. And he thought about moving to turn 4, but wasn't quite close enough to really do so. But I think on exit, he almost had the traction. And I think that is starting to show that those hards are coming up into fruition now. As who else has just gone?
That is gone down.
And that is on. His race goes from bad to worse. Yeah, Jamie Dodge has been held up a little bit, I think. A little more than he would have wanted to. And I think he's struggling a little bit to try and kind of find himself in the race. I think he really sort of needs a safety car, really, to kind of reset his position a little bit. He's a little bit out of it. And because everyone around him is not actually that slow, it's very difficult. I think that's a problem that we tend to see in like Formula 1 at the moment, is that if someone's out of position, they stay out of position because everyone around them's actually pretty quick now, rather than just like a massive disparity between teams, and it kind of sticks them in a bit of no man's land, which is less than ideal for their placing. So I think we're going to see a little change for the lead here between Try Again Later Boy and Shakos. We saw that gap was closing into turn 1, and the two switch places once more with Try Again Later Boy now ahead of the Ferrari driver. We're then going to quickly flick back where Fuzzle and D10 are still squabbling for that P5 slot. D10 has now got a great run on. Fuzzle cuts to the inside through turn 3, was really trying to find somewhere on the circuit where he can place that car, and they're going to go wheel to wheel, almost wheel to wheel into turn 4, although Fuzzle's going to try and find space on the outside, but D10 is going to very skillfully block that off without really moving around too much. Fuzzle kind of really had to back out of that one, as he was not alongside and therefore not actually really supposed to be there, if that makes sense. He's kind of at D10's mercy.
Yeah.
And, well, D10 back into P5 now. I think it'll only be a matter of time now before these mediums really start to fall off, and we're going to start to see an acceleration of the hard compound tyre runners ahead.
You can see how Dan struggled, doesn't he?
Indeed, that's yeah, literally. What I was literally just about to get onto. Dan has now dropped off. He was right on the back of these guys, but now he's struggling to keep pace with them, despite using a lot of his ERS to do so, which is pretty crucial. Which means it sort of tells us it's perhaps time to think about a little box. Think about trying to get into the pits. If you can get into the pits early, undercut these guys, that'd be wonderful. But here comes Shakos once again. Nice easy DRS overtake, making that move work. We're going to have to flick straight back though. We can't watch that battle for long, as it's getting pretty spicy. And there we go. Fuzzle goes into the pits now early on. That's why we started to see these position changes. at the moment. On might extend. Well, you're a 10 lap old hard, so I'd expect you to extend a little longer than lap 12. Considering these mediums are starting to go off here around lap 10, so when we get towards the end of the last stint, expect them to sort of about 12, 13 laps, 14 laps even with slightly lower fuel. With a huge voice crack. Poor Rob. It's alright, he'll get through it at some point.
He'll be alright. He'll be alright.
Yeah, one day. I mean, 17 laps on mediums, I think I'd probably go to lap 14, to be honest. 14, 15. I think that's probably a safer option. Just because, I mean, if you really have nothing to lose, send it an early box. But I feel like everyone around here has got quite a lot to lose. There's kind of no point in doing a box quite this early. But a little earlier, like a lap or two earlier, like pitting lap 14, 13, could be a real shout for a lot of these guys. Oh yeah, if you're on mediums right now, you box. Yeah, you box right now if you're on mediums, because they're starting to go off a little bit. We can see that a lot. It's getting really tight. These top guys are literally half a second between three of them, which is really close. Yeah, Jackson looks like he got a really nice exit coming out of turn 3, but unable to really make a move there. Because, again, when you're so similarly paced with the guys around you, it's so difficult to make moves. You've got to have really good runs, or you just have to do it perfectly, you know what I mean? So,
yes.
Well, I think Pyro and D10 are still on the edge of having a wonderful little scrap. To the inside, Pyro has for turn 7. He's going to get... Oh, sorry, turn 8. Sorry, he's going to... D10 is still going to try hang it in there around the outside. He does manage to hang it all the way on the outside line. The outside now becomes the inside into turn 9 and 10. And he gets the move back on Pyro. Yeah, indeed, that's... that is a fantastic bit of racing and a fantastic bit of overtaking on display from D10.
Look at Xavi. Yeah,
indeed, look at Xavi in the back. He's looking pretty feisty, certainly desperate to try and find a workaround for the drivers in front of him. They are fighting hard, and well, when you're fighting hard, you're slowing each other down. And when you slow someone else down, someone else gets a little quicker, and they really want to get past. Pyro does not have a lot of ERS left, whereas Xavi and D10 have got about 30% and 40% respectively to play with. So plenty of battery power to drain for those guys. But we come on to yet another lap. DRS, of course, enabled for the Mercedes behind. Xavi also ducking into... He's got a couple of options to think about when he goes for his slipstreaming effect. Pyro is on the inside of D10 at the moment as they make their way through turn 1 into turn 2. Pyro covers him off very nicely, but now there's this back straight after the exit of turn 3, which is going to give D10 another helping of DRS, which he gets. Pyro's going to force him really to the inside, really chop off his nine, make it as narrow as possible for the Alfa Romeo, but he's going to get that done. Pyro all the way around the outside, manages to make it work and does maintain his position, although he goes a little wide though. Very wide. D10 almost thinks about trying to stick a nose up the outside. He tries the cut back. He gets the cut back done wonderfully, does D10. That was a move and a half once again from the Alfa Romeo driver. But through 9, Pyro's still there. Almost looked like there was a bit of contact between the two drivers. And now DRS is active for Pyro, barreling down this back straight into turn 11. He thought about a move for a second, but decided against it with D10. Oh, Pyro's wide. He's very wide. Xavi sweeps round the outside of the Mercedes. And, well... in Pyro's aggressive nature to try and get ahead and stay with D10, he unfortunately lost the position to Xavi, and through that little mistake going so aggressive into 11, bit narrow, got a bit of a oversteer. Mr. Business finally does join us after a rather long period of time. DRS active for 3 of the drivers behind. I don't think Xavi's going to be able to make a move on D10. I think D10 was able to get that gap out just a little bit, although deep for Xavi. Was there a little bit of contact, I'm wondering, that caused Xavi to be a little bit quite really slow through the apex of the corner. That allowed Pyro to get ahead once more of the Ferrari. And now the inside line does belong to Pyro, who's got his car about halfway along. He's looking like he's accelerating himself out of the corner rather wonderfully.
Got the move.
And Pyro, a nice little move on the inside of turn 4, secures P6 for now here on lap 15. Boy, this racing on this little group is really intense. And they're really putting on a fantastic show for us. It's kind of, I feel like, oh no! Xavi's hit the back of Pyro. He definitely hit the back of the Mercedes that time. It kind of, you saw Pyro's rear end kind of go out a little bit. It wasn't a hard hit, but it was enough to kind of...
I love tough.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite sure love is the word for it. It was of course, these drivers are fighting hard, and I can only imagine what is being said inside that Mercedes cockpit right now.
But it's not going to benefit them, because D10's broken about 1 second to Pyro, and that's going to give him a huge relief for the next few laps.
Indeed. Interesting to say this, though. Try again later, boy, into the pits. Dan on the same lap, despite being on medium compound tyres. D10 decides now is the time to pit. So too does Pyro. And someone else pitted. I'm not sure who.
Pickens, Pyro, D10, Dan, try again later, boy.
They all make their way into the pits. So Xavi, Unitos, and Jamie. Where did Unitos come up into P4? How is he ahead of Jamie Dodge?
Good question.
How? I never saw him overtake.
He must have spun.
I think he did.
There's no way.
But Yuna's only 1.6 behind. Where's he come from?
Oh my god, he's like an RKO from out of nowhere. Jeez.
So we think Jamie Dodge lost the rear somewhere around turn 10, but Unitos has kind of come from nowhere, really. Wow, fair play to him. Fair play to him.
Fair dues. Credit where it's due.
Yeah, indeed. We'll give him that. But well, so try again later, boy. Going for an undercut, going for an aggressive undercut on the drivers in front of him. I think Shakos is going to pit this lap. Jack Imac is going to remain out for one more tour around the circuit. So what this is going to do is Bahrain's got quite a powerful undercut. So try again later, boy is going to be out on warm tyres. He's going to have a couple of laps to bed them in, etc., etc. But they're going to be more worn out and slower towards the end of the session.
Tight. It's going to be tight.
Let's see, where does Shakos come out in relation? Oh, it's going to be really tight into turn 1. Well, I think less tight than we thought. And try again later, boy. Pretty convincingly clear of Shakos for now, but of course Shakos is going to have slightly quicker slightly fresher tyres come the end. Dan is also going to be on a quicker tyre by the time the checkered flag does fall. He will be on slightly more worn tyres. Slightly faster tyres come the checkered flag. So that'll be good for him. Shakos will be on slightly faster, less worn tyres and try again later, boy. But he'll have the advantage now and had that undercut. So is one lap worth 2.8 seconds? I think that's the question we need to ask.
If you want to pace up the end.
Try again later, boy. What he has done is he's used a lot of ERS on this outlap.
Jack's extending again. So Jack is going long.
So I think what Jack's realised is that if I box now, I really lose out because I'm going to end up far behind both of them and my tyres aren't going to be that much fresher. So I'm going to extend a bit longer and have really fresh tyres.
Right.
Unitos into the pits.
Correct, one lap of medium tyres costs about 4 to 5%. So was it 3 to 5%, let's just say that. So in that time where Jack has extended for, let's say he boxes now, he has a minimum of a 10% difference. It'll benefit him more properly after lap 20.
Hmm.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
As we've got an advert again. Lovely.
I don't have one this time. So yeah, I think that's exactly what Jack is doing. And what I think he'll probably... It's his decision whether he uses ERS on the in-lap or the out-lap. And well, that's really up to his discretion what he feels will be best for the car. Oh, my goodness.
Always praying for a safety car.
Yeah, that'll boost him massively.
He's boxing.
He's boxing. It's the pits this lap then for Jack Imac. Onto a set of mediums. I think softs is a little too aggressive.
Too risky. No,
he's going soft.
Hello.
Bold strategies for Jack Imac.
Here we go. I can't wait.
These tyres will be a lot quicker. I mean, we saw how much quicker Dan was on a set of mediums compared to the guys out. I mean, he wasn't much quicker, but I mean, with all due respect to Dan, he's not quite as quick as your Try Again Laters, your Shakoses, and your Jack Imacs. And yet, he was still closing. So imagine how quick Jack's going to be on a set of soft compound tyres. This is going to be
fun.
But that wear is going to be crazy. So let's really keep an eye on Jack Imac. Oh, and we forgot to mention Unitos is also on softs.
Yes.
We completely missed that again. We've had no DNFs, so everyone's still here.
The main man is box.
Oh, indeed. On into the pits now. I'd expect some softs for his car as well. Mediums for Om.
Medium tyres.
Number 88 with the Verstappen helmet. Looks really strange, but not to see, like, first of all, Max's helmet in a Haas. Second of all, number 88 on that car. And third of all, well, I don't have a third of all. I just...
He's Polish. That's the big reason.
Well, we're getting demonetised. Well, Jack Imac, look how much pace he's got compared to Dan. Look at the grip he's got. Wow, that's aggressive. He is on a mission, is Jack Imac.
4.2 to catch. Or 5, well. 5.
Can I actually turn up Giannucci's volume? No, that's the question. No, because it is at max. I can't turn up Giannucci's volume anymore. It's at max. So
I've got my beats in to give the best quality.
Mm-hmm.
I do apologise.
Nothing we could do about it.
I might buy it. I don't know. We'll see.
Now, everyone is on Xbox. There's no real point. I only really did it because all my personal friends are on PlayStation, so it made sense. Only do it if it makes sense, really. It's otherwise.
If I got the money for it, can't make money in there, then yeah.
Well, one person we haven't spoken about in a while is Mr. Liam Buolder. He's managed to find himself up into P5.
Great recovery.
I don't really remember when he did that, but he has.
He boxed a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Undercut, and it's worked out for him really well.
Yeah. No, he's literally jumped the massive squabble that was going on in front of him, and will, I'm sure, resume in a couple of laps' time. And that's done wonders for his race now. Kind of, I think Liam would have been in the fight at the top, but it's almost like he just finished outside of that fight. If he finishes where he does now, he does have to catch up to Dan, of course. 7 seconds is a rather hefty task in only sort of 9 laps, so I wouldn't really expect him to catch. But never say never. We don't know what Liam is. Liam is a pretty quick driver. His mediums will be quicker than the hards at this stage of the stint. Even if they are 1 lap older, they'll still should be quicker at this phase. So we'll see what Mr. Buolder can do throughout the race. And well, Jack has already eaten into Shakos's advantage. 2.5 seconds is now the gap. It is 1.3 out front, and Shakos has really burnt through that ERS. He's actually on less than Try Again Later Boy, who's kind of retained the percentage he had a little earlier on. And now it kind of comes down to Or who wants it more? Yellow's in sector 1.
That's the flag flame.
Ooh. He had a spin through turn 4.
No damage.
No damage. I think perhaps a little bit too much speed. Maybe he clonked the curb quite hard. Little trigger happy on the accelerator. It could be a large variety of things. There goes Jammy Dodge into turn 11, finally clearing his teammate. It's been a rather unfortunate race, I think, for Jammy Dodge. He's just got stuck in traffic and hasn't really been able to go anywhere. And now on some slightly fresher tyres, the drivers around him, he's going to have an opportunity here to try and make some gains somewhere around the circuit. Here goes D10 and Fuzzle. These two were squabbling earlier in the race, and now they're back to fighting wheel to wheel again. Fuzzle with some ERS is pretty much just as quick as D10 with DRS. The inside line, he really sent that one there, but D10 is going to force him a little wider through turns 2 and 3. That should have slowed down his exit a little bit, but with the DRS now, Fuzzle's on the inside of D10. D10... He's going to go for a switchback, it's D10. Once again, choosing the switchback, and that's a wonderful overtake from the Alfa Romeo. Once again, another switchback, just at a different part of the circuit this time.
Oh, yeah, well, he's got two great overtakes for Overtaker of the Week for sure.
Yeah, he's
dead proud of that.
No, he's making sure his submission counts. That's a fair, good move from D10. Right then, so... Battle at the front. Jack Imac has run out of ERS. So too has Shakos. Try again later boy. Has now got DRS. Well, I say that. Shakos has now got DRS behind the AlphaTauri car. And we'll start to reel him in. Now Jack Imac is just on the back of... Oh dear. It's not even an hour later and I'm still yawning. Oh dear. Right, Jack Imac is starting. He's closing in a little to the guys in front of him, and well, he's closed that gap massively. But will his tyres last the distance? I think if these two get themselves involved in a little battle, I wouldn't be surprised if that's his opportunity to close up, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, slightly further back then we've got the battles. Oh, what's happened with D10? He's fallen back massively from the rear of Fuzzle. Not sure what's happened to him, but now Jammy Dodge and Pyro involved. Jammy Dodge, I think D10's disconnected.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real shame for D10. He was driving so well. Oh, he's reconnected now. I'm wondering if he had a spin or something. Got ghosted. Got ghosted, and that led to him. And then Jammy was right inside of him, so he stayed ghosted. If that makes sense. I'm sure that's happened to you many a times, but that's really unfortunate for D10, who had just pulled a blinder of an overtake on Fuzzle, and I think he got pushed back in return. Mr. Business retires. He did set the fastest lap, so I think he's going for fastest lap more than anything, which is, it's an interesting strategy. Fastest lap with no points, but
and Shakos is going for the lead again.
Indeed he does, but as it's the latter stages, Try Again Later Boy is going to be fighting this one a little bit harder than he might have done in previous laps now. This is going to be great for Jack Imac, as he's going to see these two slow each other down and be like, great, I can get inside the DRS, use my tyres, get involved, and yeah, what we said about that fighting hard, Try Again Later Boy, that's that position back from Shakos. DRS really assisting now. We've got lots of yellows in Sector 1, I think that's for Mr. Business's car.
Mr. Business, yeah.
Coming out on the circuit, D10 gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, and he retires. So Jammy's put on a set of softs. Interesting, we've got a few drivers in the pits.
Oh, he is. Oh dear.
Interesting, Jammy's put on a set of softs. We'll see how that pays off for him. But look at Jack Imac. Oh no! Shakos is round! Shakos is in the wall! Through turn 11!
Yeah, I was going to say, Yeah, I was wondering, where did Jack go? Oh, goodness, no.
Wait, so I'm not sure what's happened, but people are saying Jammy was braking down the straight.
Try to avoid Fuzzle.
So what we think's happened is Fuzzle was playing a DRS game. Jammy had to brake to avoid him, and D10 ran into the back of him, or Jammy ran into the back of D10, or something or other, and that's cost them.
It wasn't a brake check, but it seems like a brake check in a way, but not.
Yeah, just DRS games. That's what we've heard. We didn't see that incident because we were focusing on the lead fight, so we didn't quite see what happened. And then Shakos just seemed to have a spin through turn 11, pushing really hard, and found himself in the barriers, which has led him to lose a position to Dan, lose the podium, which will be key in the championship fight. But looking a little bit further back, Fuzzle's still fighting hard with Pyro, as Pyro does sweep through the S's to take that position with, just Fuzzle and Javi behind in the fight. Jammy Dodge. I'm wondering if Jammy actually had to box for a front wing. Gianluigi, through race director, can you give us a check to see if Jammy changed his front wing in that pit stop?
Yeah, we'll do.
But look at this fight for the lead of the race, though, that's happening right now. He didn't. Oh, interesting that he boxed. Try again, Later Boy and Jack Imac fighting their way. We've got a hassle of spun round through turn 4. Fairs going to go for fastest lap. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Jack Imac, though, he's going to be patient, wait for his time to try and pounce on Try Again Later Boy. So far, the man in front is running some... I think has hit the barriers somewhere. No, he's just gone round at turn 8. Struggling a little bit now. No, so Jammy Dodge has boxed for fastest lap to take the point away from someone, essentially. As the championship battle will heat up, and that 1 point could be pretty critical. I think he took it. I'm not sure if he took it away from business yet, but
I mean, he's got not yet. But if he wants to get at the top, he's nowhere near it.
Is just doing donuts on the track at this point.
Again. He's at the field.
Yeah, he's becoming a rather hazard. So Jammy was running in P7 with Fuzzle, D10, and Pyro. Where's Pyro? He's P6 now. So those guys were all running in a train, and then the train got slightly disrupted by some DRS games, and then Jammy decided that he wanted to box because he didn't think he was going to get points or something. Yeah.
Weird. Very weird.
Yeah, indeed. Just taking points off the leaders. A very strange incident that we unfortunately didn't see happen, because that would have led to a lot of screams, I'm sure. No, it's the fastest lap overall, and then if you're inside the top 10, you get 1 point for it. If you're not inside the top 10, you don't get a point for it, but you also take off a point from other drivers. So if you remember in 2021, you would have seen Bottas, if he was outside of the points or in a gap, he would have boxed to take that fastest lap point away from Verstappen if he was leading, or even in P2 and had the fastest lap. He would try and take that point away. And that's why Verstappen didn't win when Hamilton got a puncture, because he had boxed to get the fastest lap, because 19 points is better than 18, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a tactical thing more than anything else. Right then, Try Again Later Boy, Jack Imac still looking pretty close together on the racing circuit. I think Jack is biding his time,
waiting for that moment.
Well, knowing Max, he probably would have stayed out. He would have boxed a fight. He boxed fastest lap, and puncture's just a sort of secondary benefit, really, as there's getting lapped. Try Again Later Boy is going to be literally doing everything in his power to try and break the slipstream from Jack Imac, who himself isn't really fully in that slipstream at the moment. Then I think because Try Again did get the DRS from the Om in front,
as far as that way.
And now Jack's got that DRS once again coming down the back straight. I think Jack's waiting till the final lap to make a move.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he's going to try and play the ERS game.
He's been saving up his ERS. That's what he's been doing.
This could pay off for him massively. He just needs to keep it on the track.
He very much does. Any mistake would cost both of these drivers massively at this stage. If either of them even make a small little mistake, it could be really costly for both drivers. So it's really important that they stay in the precision and the ability and the talent and the dedication and the just sheer willpower to stay make so few mistakes across 28 laps of racing, just for a win is honestly, it's incredible, and it's a huge amount of respect goes out to these drivers who they are far more committed than I could ever be.
Here we go, Ben.
This is the final lap. This is where it all counts then for Jack Imac and Try Again Later Boy. All balls to the wall with the ERS, with the DRS doing whatever they possibly can. Jack Imac on the final lap is almost put into the wall by Try Again Later Boy. Jack switches to the inside at the last second. He slams it down the inside. Try Again Later Boy gets a fantastic exit coming through turn 2. They're bashing wheels all the way around and digital barriers. Try Again Later Boy is round through turn 3. Oh my goodness. Incredible action through the final lap of the race. Try Again Later Boy is demoted down into P2 after Jack Imac. That was they were lit. Wow. Neither of them were giving in, and unfortunately Try Again Later Boy was victim of that. I don't even know whose fault that was. It was
a little bit naughty. At the start, it was a little bit naughty from Try Again Later Boy, nearly putting Jack into the wall there. Do you remember, like, Hungary?
Yes.
Against Barrichello. Oh, that would have been a disaster. But I think as well, looking at that second part, I think Jack didn't like that and wanted to give Try Again the receipt. But this is going to be tight. The stewards have got a big call.
Yeah, they very much do, and I'm sure we'll be seeing tickets about that very shortly. But well, one man played a blinding strategy call today. He played his cards wonderfully, was patient all the way until the end. An incident the stewards might yet decide what this race comes to. But Jack Imac, through trials and tribulations, wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Wow, that was intense. At the end of it, Try Again Later Boy will still come second. Dan and Shackles to the line. Shackles just took him on the line. Wow, 1600ths on 16 thousandths on the line. Shackles beats Dan to the podium. And well, Liam Border, a wonderful drive to finish in P5. Pyro in P6, Fuzzle P7, Javi in P8, Perkins in P9, and Unitos will round out the points scoring drivers. Wow, that was that race was great all around. It was great in the middle. It was brilliant at the end. Yeah, full drama.
That was something else.
And well, there's plenty of Instagram content for this week. Week, and wow. Well,
100%.
driver of the day then, Giannucci. Who are you giving it to? I mean, it's a lot. There's been a lot of great drives. To who?
I'm going to be honest. I haven't given it. I'm going to be honest. I think Dan. I think Dan, in my opinion, I would give driver of the day for, because he had such a good first half, staying with the top 3, and then obviously he was in the world of his own, which was fantastic to see, and then nearly get a podium away from that. I think Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I
It's a
think
great drive.
definitely something he should be proud of. But you know, there you are. What can you do?
For me, I'm going to give it to Liam. I think that comeback drive was really impressive, especially since how far back he was, and I think he just did a brilliant job
At the
to
start,
make his way through the field. I think we'll see. We'll put in a third party to decide who they think they want driver of the day to go to. Wow, that was an intense race. That was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
a bit too close to comfort.
Oh wow, that was brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for watching today's race. I have thoroughly enjoyed that one. That was wonderful. Thank you massively to Giannucci for being in that code comms position whilst this is all happening. And
Diolch yn fawr.
yeah, wow.
Diolch i ti.
Wow. Massive thank you to everybody for watching today's stream, and I hope you really enjoyed it as much as we have as well. Wow. So yeah, massive thank you to everybody for watching today's stream. I think I've said that 3 or 4 times now. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Do enjoy the Miami Grand Prix. And well, take care, and we shall see you next week for round 6 here in both Tier 1 and Tier 2. Take care, everybody, and good night.
Thank you all.